Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, the Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister's Cabinet colleagues, and Honorable Members of Parliament. I rise today to share important developments in our education sector. To inform this August House that the full-day pre-primary education program for early childhood education, which was implemented with flexibility last Friday, 1st August 2025, across all 875 Ministry of Education registered pre-primary centers or kindergartens. This new initiative is the outcome of the collaboration with UNICEF since 2021, beginning with a subsector analysis that guided the changes now captured in the pre-primary education policy, which I had the honor of launching in April 2025 this year. This policy, Mr. Speaker, sir, specifically focuses on ensuring quality education programs during the year, immediately preceding entry into primary school, targeting eligible children who are 5 years old. Mr. Speaker, sir, I commend the People's Coalition government for its unwavering commitment to prioritizing quality education and for recognizing that the foundational years of a child's life are critical for their overall development. The government's commitment to ensuring that every child has access to quality pre-primary education, regardless of gender, ethnicity, and socio-economic background. Mr. Speaker, sir, I am aware that the recent announcement on the full-day program has generated discussions in the public domain, including concerns raised regarding space constraints, the rollout timeline, and the impact of extended hours of young children. And let me assure this August House and our fellow Fijians and ECA teachers that these concerns are not taken lightly. The Ministry has acted swiftly and responsively, and as of Friday, implementation was successfully carried out in the vast majority of centers, with flexibility granted where challenges exist. Based on the data and reports received from all 9 education districts, the Ministry is elated to announce the positive reception that most, if not all, of the pre-primary centers, kindergartens were ready and flexible implementation commenced last Friday. The survey conducted by the Ministry of Education shows that from the 875 centers, only 5 in the Suva district and 2 in Nadi district have space and infrastructural limitations, and the heads of schools of these centers have reassured us that they will be working with their school management committees towards improvements to accommodate the changes. The 7 schools with space and infrastructure limitations, Mr. Speaker, sir, are currently carrying out 2 sessions. And for the information of this House, the 7 schools in the Suva districts are Chauhan Kindergarten. They have 35 students in session 1 and 33 students in session 2, a total of 68 students altogether. Number of ECA teachers, 4. For Jagindra Singh Kindergarten, session 1, 59, and session 2, 59, a total of 118. Number of teachers, 8. Nasinu Gospel Kindergarten, session 1, 56, session 2, 46. Total number of students, 102, and number of teachers, 7. Nasinu Sangam Kindergarten, session 1, 43, session 2, 43. Total number of students, 86. Number of teachers, 5. And Rishikul Kindergarten, session 1, 85, session 2, 82. Total of 167, number of teachers, 13. In the Nandi district, 2 schools, Andrews Kindergarten, number of students in session 1, 63, number of students in session 2, 68, total of 131 students, number of teachers, 8. And the Namaka Public Kindergarten, session 1, 81, session 2, 64, number of students, 145, number of ECE teachers, 8. Mr. Speaker, sir, I also want to clarify that this program does not impose a one-size-fits-all model. flexibility in the implementation was clearly outlined in the MOE Circular 77, which was issued to all divisional educational officers and district officers for the attention of their respective heads of schools, of TEDs, and standalone pre-primary centers or kindergartens. The circular outlined implementation details, including guidance on program structure, engagement with parents through community and parental support meetings, newsletters, and communications via Viber groups. And it also covered important arrangements such as transport, safety, and child welfare. For instance, Mr. Speaker, sir, if parents wish to take their children early, they may do so at around 12 or 1 p.m. at the earliest. And despite the flexibility of children to adjust to their body clock and leave early at times, it is very crucial that ECE teachers work the full 8 hours they are now paid. They can now utilize the additional hours to prepare the lessons for the next day. Curriculums for ECE have been developed to cover a whole day of learning, and these should be used by ECE teachers to prepare teaching visual aids for assistance. For instance, I call on heads of school where ECE learning is available to ensure that they provide supervision to ECE teachers and regulate monitoring and compliance to the extended hours of teaching, as ECE teachers will now be expected to account for the extended hours of learning and the increased remuneration now provided by government. For standalone ECE providers, Ministry of Education will work in collaboration with school management and the division and district officers to ensure compliance and accountability to the extended hours of learning. Our FEMI system, Mr. Speaker, sir, is being addressed to capture the learnings and hours of work of all ECE teachers and is being reported by the Ministry of Education IT departments as we speak. Mr. Speaker, sir, the revision from half to full day program allows ECE children and teachers to participate in enjoyable, play-based learning activities that foster creativity, social and emotional development, and motor skills, while reducing passive screen time. Mr. Speaker, sir, this development also ensures that the 18,325 pre-primary students are able to continue their early learning experience within a safe and structured school environment, rather than spending hours outside school after their morning sessions, waiting for their pickup with limited supervision. Mr. Speaker, sir, this initiative stipulates that the Ministry's commitment to improving access, equity, and continuity in foundational learning as stipulated in Thematic Area 3 of the Dana Rao Declaration aligned to Target 4.2 of SDG 4. Mr. Speaker, sir, there are key benefits for full-day pre-primary program, which includes, first and foremost, enhanced learning opportunities that allow for more time in structured play and learning. This gives children the space to explore, ask questions, and engage with their peers, critical aspects of their overall development. Moreover, this full-day program supports families as the children are in school learning, and parents and guardians will be able to have a set pickup time for all their children, including those attending primary school. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have received feedback through photos shared by our pre-primary teachers showing how much the children enjoyed the afternoon program. Teachers also shared sentiments from parents and guardians expressing appreciation for the change. I have been informed that some mothers who used to wait around the ECE centers now have the opportunity to seek paid employment, while others are able to tend to their farms and daily chores. Working parents have also expressed gratitude to the Ministry of Education for this cost-effective and convenient initiative, knowing that children are learning safely under teacher supervision. Mr. Speaker, sir, additionally, full-day programs help bridge the opportunity gap for children from underprivileged backgrounds by providing consistent access to high-quality education and resources. This is a demonstration of equity in access to quality education as encapsulated in SDG 4. So there is an increasing body of research supporting the efficacy of full-day pre-primary education in fostering cognitive and social emotional skills. International evidence, including New Zealand and Finland, shows that well-designed full-day ECE programs lead to improved school readiness, stronger social and language skills, and smoother transitions into primary schooling. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is the foundation and transitional stage to year one for the 18,325 students enrolled in our pre-primary centers. A full-day program ensures that the ministry's vision, which is empowering Fiji's future, nurturing innovative lifelong learners, is embedded from the start. The program not only exposes students to pre-literacy, pre-numeracy, and science, but also develops a vital social skills such as cooperation and empathy from an early age. With these words, Mr. Speaker, sir, I strongly believe that every child deserves the best start in life. Full-day pre-primary programs are a significant step in that direction. And together, we can build a stronger foundation for our children, for our families, and our future. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.